The next step that we want to do is install a media player that is going to be able to read the media files and display them on our screen. My choice for this particular project for a media player is VLC, the Video LAN. I found that Video LAN is a very powerful media player. It has a few bugs here and there, but it has enough features that are really useful for this particular project. You can find an Ubuntu installer for it. I use the command line interface. I like having control over what gets installed, and rather than using the quick install, you can use the apt-get install command and install VLC. And the browser plugin for VLC is also really useful. This command that's down here is the one that you want to use for installing a VLC player. Once you have the VLC installed, you should be able to start up the VLC player just by typing VLC. It installs into /usr/bin. And what we're going to want to do is go through and change a bunch of configurations. Okay, so there's my VLC player. So the first thing I wanted to do is to make all of my media available. I'm going to right click here and start up Tools. And down at the bottom is Preferences. Okay, and that's going to bring up the settings window. So from the settings window you have access to all of the basic settings for the VLC player, but we want the more advanced settings. So what I'm going to do is go down here at the bottom and click the All button. Under Playlist there's a Use Media Library, and we want to make sure that that box gets checked. Okay, so check that box and then click Save, and when you do so you'll see Media Library will show up here. It'll start off empty. You can create directories and then add files or add entire directories. I created separate directories for my music, my movies, and my TV shows. That way it helps me find what I'm looking for a little bit easier than if everything is just kind of flattened out. So let's say I wanted to look in my movies. Here's all the movies that I've got on my network drive. It's like 170 of them or so. And if I wanted to add more in, as I load them up onto my media disk, I can just say add directory. Let's see, shared videos. I have some on here that I haven't added yet. I think these. So let's just go ahead and add these on there. The reason I didn't add these is I'm not sure if they're TV shows or if they're music or if they're movies. So anyway, once you add it, I found that by double clicking it causes the VLC player to go and read it and figure out what's in that. And there you can see I've got all the DVD files are stored in there. And now I can drag and drop it to where I want it to be. So let's say I want it, I'm going to stick it in music, because this one is more of a music file. So now my music folder has the Piano Guys Christmas music in there, along with all of my other CDs that I've ripped over the years. Okay, so one thing that I found as a bug with the VLC media player is that I spent a lot of time building up my media library and telling it where all my files are located, and then for one reason or another, I'd shut down Gizmo, or the VLC media player crashed or whatever, and all of that work that I did in creating the media library just disappeared. And I find that to be just sort of unacceptable and annoying. So I tracked down where the media player stores the media library. What I ended up doing is creating a backup file that I can recover my media files if they're lost. So that's located under your local directory. So let me change to my own directory here. So under .local share VLC, you'll find the media library.configuration file, and you can see right next to it I created a backup file, and all I did was copy the one from the other. So since I just made a change to my media library, I'm going to go ahead and copy that again. And if you do this, you'll thank me later when the first time that the media player decides to destroy your media library. You'll be very pleased that you have a backup. Let's see, copy media library dot to media library dot back. Okay, so I've just saved my changes away, and if ever my media library disappears, I just copy the back file onto the configuration file, and then I'm fine again.